No, I don't mind. I like black. The old black and red ones. Which I don't like.
I like the old ones that had like the bird on the helmet.
The red helmet with the bird. Yep.
I still believe they should have gave Michael Sam a shot at NFL though. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I was a kid when the Panthers became a football team, and the Jaguars.
All right, you can send it out now if anybody wants to. Anybody that wants to watch.
Hey, when those Panthers became a football team, that was like the hottest damn jersey that there was. That thing was nice.
Dude, my nose hurts so bad right now. Oh. One sec. We'll start in just a second.
You need to go to the doctor, man.
I know. I've been told. I mean, I'm not going to doctor
the Braves
for runny nose.
The Braves are one strike away from clinching the East in Philadelphia. That'd be so nice.
Well, how many wins they
got? 97, 98.
Be 2 seconds. I gotta.
Goddamn, Matt Olson got 51 home runs.
Hell yeah, he does. Tied.
And Ronald Acuna leads the league in hits.
Start in just a second, boys.
I think he's got 197 hits.
If you do join, we are about to go live for the NFL podcast. So give us 1 second here.
I do got Clay's picks.
All right, cool. Appreciate it. Where is okay? I didn't put no tags in there as well. All right, I'll do it later. All right, here we go. I didn't do the
intro?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think if I have the NFL intro on here. I might not have it, so we'll see.
This guy's fouled off 10 pitches.
Yeah, I'm watching on Gamecast.
All right, we ain't got the NFL intro, so I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna have to make a new one anyway. I need to make a new NFL intro, but we'll just go with it, and I'll add it in for the podcast version, and we'll be good.
Hey, is college game day at Tennessee, Florida?
No, they're in Colorado.
Or no, excuse me. I don't know why I thought they were in Georgia.
They're in Colorado for Colorado versus Colorado State. They should be at Tennessee and Florida.
Yeah.
But I think they went a little too early to Colorado. I knew they were going to go to Colorado at some time, but I thought they were going to be the USC game for sure.
Yeah, the Colorado. I figured they might go to Oregon next week for Oregon.
And they might go back to Colorado with
back
USC.
to Colorado. Yep.
What did I do with NFL? Here we go. All right, here we go. Going live. Recording for the NFL podcast. Here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL weekly matchup. Week 2. Had a good week of NFL football. Some big stories going on. Some injuries. Some big games. NFL. A lot of teams take time to get their feet wet. So it's hard to tell for week 1 for NFL. It's a little bit different than college. College, you see a lot more blowouts, but NFL you see a lot of upsets in week 1. But Josh, Falcons get the dub week 1.
Yep.
How was your week of NFL football? And how was your week?
Man? I got the red zone. I was on the red zone, then I would flip over and watch a little bit of the Falcons game. I was really wanting to see how Bryce Young performed, which I wasn't too disappointed. He's young, rookie, made a couple of rookie mistakes, but he looked okay. He did put together a scoring drive. Falcons look pretty good. They get the Packers this week, so we'll see what they got. Was impressed with Dallas. Don't think their defense will perform like that every week. Russell Wilson kind of looking little bit better than he has been. Deshaun Watson beating the Bengals. Really let down game for the Bengals quarterback. Oh, Joe Burrow really didn't perform that well. Aaron Rodgers going down 4 plays into his new career over at the Jets. That
Graham
that
says
was
his
kind of weird.
Panthers are absolute trash. Sorry to cut you off.
Hey, they might could put some stuff together, man. I wouldn't. I mean, what Hayden Hurst, the tight end, yeah, that's I put in a waiver for him and I didn't get him. Somebody else did. God dang! In both the leagues that I'm in, somebody else got him because I have the Eagles tight end who didn't get one target.
Yeah, I saw that. Bryson, first week of NFL fantasy football and first week of you watching some NFL games because you never watch a lick. Any thoughts on week one and how was your week?
I did. I will be honest. I played golf Sunday. But after golf, we went to Sportside Grill and we watched a couple games there. I did watch the Vikings game. Sad that they lost. I was pretty mad. The Cowboys defense shutting down the Giants. I mean, was it 35 points in fantasy for the Cowboys defense? Tyreek Hill having a hell of a game. Was it 250 yards? Yeah. Something like that. Now, I am a little upset by my fantasy. J.K. Dobbins out with Achilles. Aaron Rodgers, that sucks for him, had a nastiest that thing popped 3 or 4 times. I can't even imagine the pain that he went there. But he held it like a man. He got up and went back down. That sucks for them. But you know what? I'll probably watch about 4 or 5 games, but I need to do a little bit better at watching games. I had a great time fantasy.
Get that red zone, man.
Yeah, give me red zone money. Red zone's fun. Yeah,
give me some red zone money.
How much is red zone, Josh?
I don't know.
What you mean you don't know? Who do you get it from? You got it from somebody?
I got DirecTV.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah, we don't have DirecTV. Graham says Hurst, former Gamecock, baby. Hayden Hurst. All right. Yeah, good week of NFL. Let's recap some stuff here. Just some couple things y'all mentioned. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers going down for the season. Tough. Josh, they ended up winning that game from a guy that I guess he didn't know if he was going to make the team, was probably going to get cut. They run back to punt return. I was up, falling asleep, and then I woke up, falling asleep during the game. I mean, it was a late game, but ran it back and they beat the Bills. Kind of an upset without, Aaron Rodgers. Josh, any thoughts?
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, man, I won in both my fantasy leagues, but I benched the Jets defense. Who wouldn't bench the Jets defense in that game? Boy, was I wrong to do that. They scooped up like 18 or 19 points. Yeah, man, the Jets defense really stepped up.
History does prove Josh Allen has struggled against the Jets defense.
Josh Allen has turned the ball over more than anybody since in the past few years.
Word on the street, they're calling him Jay Cutler. So
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But he gets a little too greedy, and Troy Aikman was calling it during the game. You've got to get down, dude. There was no need to try to stay up for a couple of those runs. He had already got the first down, and he wants to lower his shoulder. Somebody's gonna light him up, man, if he keeps on.
Brandon Schutz is back. He says, "I used to have DirecTV, but now I have Fubu." Okay.
Hey, Schutz. I had Fubu too. Yeah. I got off of DirecTV and I had Fubu too. But Fubu live streaming with Fubu with 3 TVs on Saturday does not work.
Fubu or Fubo? It is
Fubo.
Fubo, yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good week, he said. Okay, sorry.
See you, Schutz.
Yeah, appreciate you joining. Appreciate you hanging out. Clay says $80 for NFL, 80 for a year for NFL Plus. Okay, 80 a year. That's not bad. I'll have to look into that for a year. That's not bad. I thought you were going to say 80 a month. I was about to say you can keep that.
Big money, Rick.
Anyway, Josh, do you think the Jets have a chance without Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
They have a chance in the AFC. Okay.
They have a chance to not like go 4
To
and
the playoffs.
14,
Yeah,
4
okay.
and 13. I mean, I don't know if they got a chance to make the playoffs. Maybe as a wild card, but I don't expect them to be as bad as what people are thinking. I for one didn't think Aaron Rodgers was going to make it all the way through the season anyway. But I don't think he'll ever come back. I mean, why would you want to come back
He's
if you're
got one
gone
more
for
year
this?
on his deal.
Yeah, but why?
I mean, he wants to
I
prove something.
I guess
He
now
only won one Super Bowl.
I guess the NFL is going
Won
to
one.
make every team change their field to grass because a 40-year-old man tore his Achilles on the fourth play of the game. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I don't even know how good he was going to be this year.
Yeah,
I really
true.
don't.
That's true. I have a theory, and probably some other people's theory. I don't know who should replace him, but I said before this even happened, I said Brady has not played his last game in the NFL. He's going to play in the playoffs this season. And I really think it's possible. People say no, that ain't gonna happen. I really do. I think it's possible.
Hey, I would go out and try to get Matt Ryan.
Oh God. You might have a better chance with Zach Wilson.
I mean, I don't want to.
What they should do, they should show out, and I don't want them to do it. They should go out and get famous Jameis, and Jameis is going to lead that team to the playoffs. I promise you that.
Hey, I don't want to shut the door on Zach Wilson, really.
And I'm hearing the agent, Colin Kaepernick's agent, reached out.
No, come on, man.
I don't think
come
that's
on,
happen.
dude.
I mean, it happens every time somebody gets hurt. It always happens, He wasn't good last year, but I don't think that's going to happen. But let's move on from that. I don't know any other replacements. Bryson, any thoughts on Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers had a hell of a highlight reel for this year. That's all I got to say about that. Shout out to the Cougar Hunter, Zach Wilson. Always been a big fan of him. Cougar Hunter. Zach Wilson going to lead that team to 6 wins.
To 6 wins. They had more than that last season, but no, they're going to win more than 6 games. I know they have a tough schedule, but they'll win more than 6 games. All right, let's get into the next thing here. We got the Browns beating down the $1 million man, Joe Burrow, 24-3. He got the biggest contract in NFL history. Then my lock of the week. At least one of us had a lock of the week that worked this week. Or no, Josh had his too. High five. Yeah, me and Josh had our locks of the week. We went 2-2 for that. But lock of the week, I had money line for the Browns. And they beat him down. So Deshaun Watson may have not looked the best, but they beat down Joe Burrow. Josh, any thoughts on Browns beating Bengals 24-3 and Joe Burrow?
No, man. Joe Burrow just couldn't really wake up and get anything going. I know it was wasn't it wet? Wasn't it a wet game for them? Wasn't it raining and stuff? Yeah. I look for them maybe to bounce back this week. But who knows, man? Sometimes that money goes to your head.
Clay Rick, I guess he's talking about the Jets possibly getting Phillip Rivers. He says Phillip Rivers got another kid.
Hey.
I'm telling I know Brady may have looked like his last NFL game. It was when he came out on Sunday with the Patriots. That may have looked. He don't look great, but I'm telling you, I still think
those kneecaps are still working.
I still think it's a real possibility, especially if it may not be right away, but I think down the road.
Brady looked good. They honored him at the New England's game. He was out there on stage. I'm pretty sure he's still in shape. I just don't see him.
They are seeing Taylor Heineke too. I heard Taylor Heineke, the backup for the Falcons. I've heard that too. But I don't know. Bryson, any thoughts on Joe Burrow? I know you're a fan of him.
Yeah, you threw for 82 yards and T. Higgins, no pass, 0 for 0. What the hell was that? I know Stu was pissed. He drafted Higgins. And then 82 yards. I'm just blown away by that. Absolutely blown away.
Yeah. Tough road. Like I said, Browns. I thought the Browns are pretty good. Like I said, Deshaun Watson. He had a couple bad balls in there. I believe the one that got one that people overreacted on, the one that got tipped. But not the greatest looking on the offense. But defense shut them down. So good win there for the Browns. Maybe they get some momentum Get into the next game, Sunday Night Football. And I want to say Dallas beating down the Giants 40-0 on Sunday night. That was the absolute worst performance I've seen from a football team. I was watching it with a huge Giants fan, about to run through the TV and break. And he wished. Never mind. I can't say he doesn't like Daniel Jones very much. So
I can imagine. I can imagine.
He was rooting for bad things. You know how you get with football, but I mean that was rough, man. The blocked field goal starting out, and then they missed a field goal when they had a chance to score, even though they probably should have went for it. And then everything else it repeated in the second half. Oh God, that was bad. Josh, any thoughts there?
No, man, I didn't even really watch so much of that game, dude.
You didn't miss much.
I was in my phone. I mean, it was on the TV, but I was like in my phone checking my fantasy stuff, and I would glance up a little bit, and Pollard had a pretty good game. Dak Prescott didn't get a lot of fantasy points.
I mean, they didn't have to do anything. They didn't have to do anything. I mean,
they didn't.
Every time, but Daniel Jones, they were in the backfield. Parsons was back there. Everybody was back there. I mean, it was bad, man. That was a pathetic performance. Giants got the Cardinals this week. They don't come out pummeled. But Bryson, any thoughts?
I mean, the defense putting up 35 points in fantasy. Hell, that should be a damn quarterback or a wide receiver running back right there.
That's even high for them.
Yeah, and I hate it. I'll be honest with you. I don't like Dallas winning. I'll tell you why. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. My leg was itching. But all right, Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
I saw a graph today. They beat a winning team. Oh, I'm sorry. They beat a horrible team. They get delusional. They get real high, and they lose, and then they get mad. I just do not like their fan base. I guess it has to do something with Texas. I just can't. Everything with Texas just sucks. It ain't big. It just sucks.
It ain't big. It just sucks. We need that on a T-shirt. Everything in Texas ain't big. It just sucks. That is one of the best sayings I've ever heard in my life.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. That was a real good one. All right, let's get into a couple more things. Tua and Tyreek leading the Dolphins over the Chargers, 36-34. Obviously, Clay beat me down fantasy Tua, but Josh, any thoughts on the connection there? Your Alabama Tua quarterback leading, probably I guess MVP Tyreek going off 200 and something yards and a couple touchdowns. Any thoughts on the Dolphins and the Chargers?
Yeah, man, I had Tyreek on one of my fantasy teams. That was a real good game, and there was some people questioning Miami's coach on not taking the knee and going in at halftime, and they had like 9 seconds left with the ball. They got a pass to Tyreek or to Jalen Waddle, got him down the field. Then a pass interference call got him in field goal range. They kicked the field goal before halftime, and they won by 2. So that was the damn play of the game. Was deciding to not take the knee and go into halftime. So yeah, I was impressed by Tua. I think if he stays healthy, man, he can do some damage this year, especially with the weapons he has, man. That was Waddle and Tyreek. Those are two wide receiver one. Those are wide receiver one, both of them.
Gotcha. Yeah, Chargers defense has got to get better there. Offense for Miami looks really good. Bryson, any thoughts on a high-scoring game there?
Ridiculous. That was some video game stats right there for Tyreek Hill. Oh, Cheetah. Tua looked great. He looked like he just put him on a streak route, throw it. Streak route, throw it.
Oh, my God. Go ahead. Keep going. I'm
going to keep it going. Streak route, touchdown. Streak route, touchdown. My man was throwing, like playing. He had that X factor. It's really ridiculous. Like Josh said, if you got two threats down there, you got the Penguin and you got the Cheetah. What else do you want?
Gotcha. Yeah, great game there. Let's get into
it. Okay, here we go.
As you know, this year was our first annual fantasy football draft, and it began with a bang. Here we go with the fastest 2 minutes of fantasy football.
All right, first game, we have brother versus brother matchup. Let Danny cook. Huh? What? Danny Cook losing to the Cowboys 40-0. Go and get the 4. Tua throwing a 466-yard free touchdown. Let Danny cook on the bench a little bit longer. Let Danny cook 122 before Morrison 115.
Tua's favorite target, Tyreek Hill. They play with him on the Dolphins as well, but he also plays for the high dollar wings. Shout out to Josh. Hill put the team on his back though, surpassing Nick Chubb and Team Post Mahomes. High dollar wings, 122, Post Mahomes, 95.
I'll tell you what, it'd be a terrible day to be one of those Prescott's people week 1. They put 87 points to Joe Burrow. We have 3 fantasy points with 82 yards. Ridiculous. No Cooper Kupp, no Cooper problem. Aaron Jones led the team with 26.7 points. Cut my balls, 111. Prescott's people with 87.
The closest matchup we had of the week was Team Johnson, all India, and Derrick Henry went down to the Mahomes Depot to defeat Bijan Robinson and the Auto Draft crew. The Mahomes Depot and the Auto Draft crew. Kicker Jake Elliott showed off his Johnson as he put up 18 points in Foxborough, but always falls short. Mahomes Depot, 110. Johnson, all India, 108.
Team Herbert Booty with a terrible week with only 2 players with double-digit fantasy points, but not so fast that we had a lead going to Sunday night with the Dallas Cowboys coming in clutch with 35 points, leading Bijan Mustard to the finish line. Bijan Mustard winning that game, 97. Her big booty, 72.
Team Virgin King lost its fantasy football virginity, putting up 117 points in week 1, led by 26 from Austin Eckler. 32 points from Brandon Ayuk and 26 from McCaffrey was nothing the Virgin King couldn't handle. 117 Virgin King, Jaquavius Bennett, 96. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe to C&BSports for more. How'd you like it, Josh? Recap
Hey, man,
fantasy football week.
I think that has got to happen every week, and y'all will get better. Y'all will get better each and every week. I think that's great, man.
Yeah,
that's great. That's a great thing to have on the show, man.
That was fun. But recapping our fantasy football week, we'll also maybe I'll throw in the records as well. We just thought we'd have a little fun with it. That was fun. I'll make a clip into it. I thought about doing a separate video with that, but I just didn't want to. It's a lot of work.
Man, hey, I think that was great, man.
All right, let's get into the games. Let's get into the games. Josh, go ahead and give us the records. For week 1.
All right, so you got a big lead in the college picks, and you're starting off in the NFL picks with a pretty big lead. The only games that you lost, Chris, were the Saints, Washington Commanders.
No, you said it right.
The Bears and the Giants were the only games you lost. You went 12-4.
I'm on that hot streak, boys.
All right, and then so I lost 7 games. And that being the Bills, the Bears, the Seahawks, the Bengals, the Texans, the Vikings, and the Chiefs. I'm 9-7. Bryson, you are 8-8. You had a horrible late game stretch there. You lost 5 in a row with the Hawks, the Bears, the Broncos, the Giants, the Bills. You also lost with the Commanders, the Vikings, and the Chiefs. And Clay, he went 9-7. He lost with the Hawks, the Bears, the Broncos, the Panthers, the Commanders, the Saints, and the Vikings. And the Vikings, or the Bears, was his lock of the week. I think Bryson's was the Vikings. So there we go. 9-7 for Clay. 8-8 is Bryson. 12-4 is Chris, and I am 9-7.
Ooh, got that big lead, boys. Big lead again.
Hey, you know what? First time being big in NFL, I would take a 500 week all day.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And the locks of the week were 2-2. Bryson and Clay obviously didn't help us out. Bryson picking Minnesota minus the points. Me and Josh had Philly. I had Browns money line. Shout out to the Browns. And Clay had the Bears. Bears got pummeled by the Packers. Yeah. Well, let's get into the games. Week 2 pick 'em. Like we said, we're going to do all the games for week 2. Go ahead.
We're going to do players of the week.
Oh, I apologize. You know what? I forgot to do the players of the week for both. But go ahead, Josh. Who you got at player of the week?
I got the cheetah, Tyreek Hill, with 11 receptions, 215 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And after one game, he's already backing up what he said. He wants to have 2,000 receiving yards. Well, that's a good way to start it with a 200-plus yard game. And I have an honorable mention from a defensive standpoint from the Jets. Jordan Whitehead with 3 not two, but 3 interceptions in that game, and that is the reason they won.
I got 2 players of the week here. I'm breaking the rule. I got 2 players of the week. I'm going to the damn Rams, and I'm going with 2 receivers that stepped up. I'm going the guys that replaced Cooper Kupp and a couple others. Puka Nahuka, however you pronounce his name. He had 15 targets, 10 receptions, 119 yards. And then Tutu Atwell, who was big, he was a big play. I believe he was decent in college and good in the preseason. He had 6 receptions, 119 yards as well, leading the damn Rams over the Seahawks 30-13. Matthew Stafford also having a big game, 334 yards. Big win for the Rams there. Bryson.
I'm going Xavier Gibson. The punt return. Gotta give it to him. That was crazy, man.
Yeah, that's a big win for the Jets. Good call, Bryce. Good call.
Yeah.
I know it's not statistic, but Brandon Ayuk, that was going to be another one for me. I know he had a couple touchdowns, especially early. I think he was probably the second leading fantasy getter for the week, especially receiver wise. Good week for Ayuk. I know Brock Purdy likes to target him a lot. So let's keep it going though. Let's get into the games. Give me 1 second as I'm dying over here, guys. If you're all listening to this audio, I'm dying. I've been sick for 3 weeks. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I've been taking medicine that's not helping, so I need to figure that out. Let's go into Thursday night football. Vikings at the Eagles. Eagles favored by 7.5. I'll start it off here. I'm going with the Eagles at home. Give me the Eagles minus 7.5. I know the Vikings coming off a loss. They need to win this game, especially with the Packers and the Lions starting off with week 1 wins. Packers may look better with than what people thought. Lions are obviously good, beating the Chiefs. They beat the Chiefs. I know that's not a game we recap, but they ended up beating the Chiefs, I believe, what was it, by 1 point. So both teams are really good. So Vikings need a win here, but I just think the Eagles are too much. I know they struggled against the Patriots a little bit, but they're playing in Foxborough. I just think the Eagles are going to be too much to handle. I'm taking the Eagles to win this game, probably 24-13, something like that. Bryce.
Vikings.
Any reason?
You like that.
Vikings. You're taking the Vikings every week.
Every week. You like that. Super Bowl
Vikings
champs.
every week. Yeah, so Vikings plus 7.5. I mean, pretty good offense. The rookie and Justin Jefferson. Josh, who you taking?
I'm taking the Eagles minus 7.5. I look for Jalen Hurts to have a pretty big game. He didn't put up that good of numbers last week. I look for him to step it up. And Clay went with the Eagles as well.
Eagles. So we got 3 Eagles and 1 Vikings. Let's get into the Sunday 1 p.m. games. Got a big game here. Chiefs at the Jaguars. Jaguars coming off a win with the Colts, beating the Colts. Nathan Richardson, 31-21. I know Richardson had a good game there. Chiefs coming off a loss to the to the Lions on Thursday night. Chiefs only favored by 3.5 here. Close game. Josh, who you taking?
Yeah, man, I'm taking the Jaguars. That 0.5 really stands out to me. If the Chiefs do win this, I think they win by a field goal late. But it wouldn't surprise me if Jaguars win this game.
Yeah, I know, I'm not sure what the word on Travis Kelce is. I've heard he's not playing for one point. Did anybody else hear that? Anybody else hear anything? No? I
don't know.
I've heard one point he was coming back. I heard he's not playing. But, God, Chiefs need a win here. I mean, Chiefs coming off a loss against the Lions. But, this was a tough game for me. I actually left this one blank. I'm gonna take the Chiefs here. I think Chiefs need a win. Maybe but I think they need Travis Kelce too. I think that's one thing they need. He needs Travis Kelce. He needs another receiver. But if Chiefs start 0-2 here, I mean this could be troublesome for the Chiefs. Chiefs need to get a win here at least, even if they don't cover. They need a win here. But yeah, I'll take the Chiefs minus 3.5. Bryce?
Yeah, give me the Jags. ETN. Played good last week. Gave me a lot of points. Jags.
Hey, don't worry though. Take Bigsby. Takes Bigsby from Auburn. He stole some carries.
Yeah,
got the end zone.
Hey,
that's a big boy.
Hey, number 0, Calvin Ridley.
Oh yeah,
had a lot of targets, man.
Yeah, I know he had a great week. Could have been in consideration for play of the week as well, especially early. He had 100 yards. So, Clay said Travis Kelce practiced today. That's a good sign. Who did Clay take, Josh?
Clay went with the Chiefs.
Because Clay went with the Chiefs, so me and Clay go with the Chiefs. Y'all are going with the Jags. Let's get into the next game here. We are going to go Chargers at the Titans. Chargers favored by 3.5. Titans at home here, coming off a loss versus the Saints. Close game, I believe it was 17-16. Obviously, coming off, low-scoring game, offense. Tannehill, I don't believe Tannehill may not be the answer. I believe did he turn over? I think he turned over the ball a few times. If I can't fully remember. Derek Carr, he looked okay. I mean, our offense didn't look great. I know Chris Olave had a pretty good day. Rashid Shaheed, that is an underrated player right there.
Yeah,
I like Shaheed. Jamal Williams, hopefully he can step up this week, maybe. I don't know why I'm still talking about the Saints because Saints don't play till Monday night. I'm still talking about the Saints. I apologize. But Chargers didn't impress me. 3.5 points here. This is tough. Titans defense didn't look bad. I'm going to take the Titans at home. This could be scary. I know Chargers need to get one back here, especially after giving up that many points. But I think Chargers win this game by around 3 points. So I'm going to take the Titans at home. Bryson.
Chargers.
Any reason?
Austin Eckler.
Good. I mean, Austin Eckler's a good player. They got Mike Williams. They got, Keenan Allen, who had a decent first week. Josh, who you taking?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chargers as well. It wouldn't surprise me though if Derrick Henry carried the ball 30 times this game and got a lot of yards. Chargers run defense isn't that great, but I think the Chargers cover here.
Yeah, this could be a lower scoring game than what people think. I mean, even though Chargers had a high scoring game. So, who did Clay take, Josh?
Clay went with the Chargers.
All right, so I'm only one with the Titans here. Let's go. Next game, let's go Seahawks at the Lions. Lions favored by 5.5. Bryson, start us off here. Who you going with?
I'm going to go with Troy. I have to agree. After watching them play the Chiefs, they look pretty decent. I know Clay's always been high on them, so I'm going to rob with Clay with this one and give it to the Lions.
Yeah, Seattle not looking too good. Coming off loss to the Rams. I know they had, I believe it was the second half I was watching. I think the Rams had 200-something yards and Seattle had 3, and then they lost 3 yards and they were back to 0. I mean, Seattle did not look good. Josh, who you taking?
Yeah, I'm going with Goff and the Lions.
Who did Clay take?
And I think Jahmyr Gibbs takes over and carries the ball more than Montgomery this game.
They said they were going to ease him in. I know Montgomery got a little bit more. I think rush attempts, but I know Gibbs he broke off a couple. Looked decent. Broke off. Broke a few tackles there. Who did Clay take?
Clay Rick went with the Lions.
Yeah, I was going with the Lions too. As much as I want to take the Seattle here, I can't do it. 5.5. I'm still going to take the Lions here. I just think the Lions are the better team. They got a good run attack. Defense, it's not bad. Got one of the best receivers in the NFL, Amon St. Brown. So give me the Lions as well. Let's go to the next game. Rivalry matchup here, conference matchup or division matchup. Ravens at the Bengals. Bengals favored by 3.5. God, I mean, you should probably take the Bengals here. Looking at the spread, Bengals, need a win here after the embarrassing loss. I know. You know what? And I thinking about it, I am going to take the Bengals. This was a close game for me. I am going to take the Bengals. I could see them getting up for this game. I know they looked bad, but the Ravens didn't impress me the first half either against Titans. I know they ran away the second half. Didn't impress me the first half against the Texans. Excuse me. Lamar Jackson wasn't all that great. I just didn't think the Ravens looked all that good either. This could be a 3-point game, but I'm going to take the Bengals still win at least by a touchdown. Give me the Bengals at home. Josh.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals too. I look for them to bounce back. I look for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase to have a big game because they've been criticized ever since what happened Sunday. So going to go with the Bengals minus 3.5.
Bryce.
And
sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
who did Clay take?
Clay Rick went with the Ravens.
Went with the Ravens plus 3.5. Bryce.
Yep.
The Ravens losing J.K. Dobbins with Achilles. I think that could be a pretty big loss for them. I don't see Burrow throwing for 82 yards again. I see maybe 287 yards maybe. So give me the Bengals. Like Josh said, Joe and Chase probably have a big game.
Yeah. Let's get into the next game. You said Clay went with the Ravens, correct?
Yep.
So we're all Bengals. Clay Ravens. Next game, another 1 p.m. game. Let's go the Bears at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers favored by 3.5. Coming off a big win against the Vikings. Baker looked pretty good. Buccaneers defense looked pretty good. Running game not that strong though. Bryson, who are you going to take?
I'm going with Tampa Bay. Like you just said, Baker looked pretty good. I've always been a fan of Baker, but Buccaneers.
Yeah. Bears, I think Bears are a little overhyped going into this season. I know Justin Fields is pretty good. He can run the ball. They got DJ Moore, but this Buccaneers defense is good, man. And, I think their offense is decent too. I mean, if Baker can keep away the turnovers, they could win some ball games. This may be a closer game, but I'm taking the Bucs as well, -3.5 at home here. Josh.
All right, so Clay went with the Bears, and I'm going to go with the Bears +3.5. Tampa Bay probably wins this game by a field goal. I look for the Bears quarterback to, let's say, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. Let's say they'll lose 31-28.
Gotcha. Let's get into the next game. Let's go Packers at the Falcons. Packers favored by 1.5. Packers looked good pretty last week. Jordan Love. I don't know how much. I didn't watch too much of the Falcons. I watched a little bit. I don't know how Desmond Ridder looked, but I know they won against Carolina, even though I think Carolina's not that good. But I do like the Falcons' defense. Close game here. I'm going to take the Falcons at home plus the 1.5. I think the Packers definitely can win this game, but I believe them to fall back to earth a little bit. Let's see if the Falcons can start off 2-0. Josh.
Yep, I'm going with the Falcons as well. I look for Algier to have another big running game when the 1-2 punch with him and Bijan Robinson. They got a really good running game, and I think that's what opens up the pass for Ridder. Maybe they can get Kyle Pitts more involved. So I'm going to go with the Falcons here. And
Gotcha.
Clay went with the Packers.
Gotcha. Clay went with the Packers. Bryson, who you going with?
Yeah, give it with Dirty Birds. Like Josh said, I mean, that run game looked pretty strong, and their defense looked good, 2 interceptions out there against Bryce Young. But yeah, I'm going Falcons.
Gotcha. Let's get into the next game. Let's go Colts at the Texans. Colts only favored by 1.5 here. I guess I had that right. Texans at home. Texans, they didn't look bad the first half against the Ravens. Colts looked pretty good against the Jaguars. Anthony Richardson had a good week 1. Bryson, who you go with?
Go my boy AR-15. Give me the Colts.
Josh.
I'm going with the Colts as well.
Who did Clay take?
Clay went with the Colts.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Colts as well. Obvious reason, I don't think the spread's too high, but don't be surprised if Texans possibly upset this game at home. Could see it. Let's go to the next game. Let's go last 1 p.m. game, I believe here. Raiders at the Bills. Bills coming off a loss on Monday night against the Jets. Raiders coming off a 17-16 win against the Broncos. I'll start off here. I think Bills bounce back here. I'm not a huge fan of the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders -8.5. Big win for the Raiders here. I think they win by about 10.
The Raiders?
Excuse me. Bills. Bills win by about 10.
Okay.
Apologize. Price.
All right, so I'm going with the Bills, and I'll tell you why. Josh Allen, after that game, looked like a broken man. And who else looked like a broken man after they lost? Tim Tebow. And what happened after that? He gave a speech. Look what happened. Bills. Give me the Bills.
Josh.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills, but I don't think Josh Allen's going to come out with Bible verses on his eye patches.
Yeah. Next game, who did Clay take?
Clay went with the Bills. Bills across the board.
Gotcha. Next game, let's go to the Niners at the Rams. Niners favored by 8.5 here. Josh, who you go with?
Yeah, man, I'm going with the 49ers -8.5. I think it's going to be more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Bryce?
Give me the Niners. Shout to Clay Rick.
Yeah, I mean, these are divisional games where somehow these divisional games are always close. I know the Rams don't have much talent; they still have good defense, but I don't know, man. Some reason these divisional games are always close. 8.5. Niners definitely can win this game by more. I think the Niners could be the best team in football, but I don't like taking that many points in these divisional games. I'm taking the Rams at home plus 8.5. I think Niners win, but I think it's a close game. Who did Clay take?
Kid takes the Clay took the Niners. You went with the Niners as well?
No, I went with the Rams. I'm the only person that took the Rams. Give me the Rams. Give me the damn Rams. I'm sticking with the damn Rams. How about that?
There you go, son.
Y'all say hey to Kid.
Is that his name, Kid?
Yeah.
Kid looks pissed.
Yeah, no.
Somebody's phone vibrating?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, let's turn that down. Next game, let's go. The Giants coming off a big loss. Big embarrassment against the Cowboys. Against the Cardinals. Cardinals not looking too bad against Washington. Josh Dobbs playing there. Giants favored by 4.5. I'll start it off. I think the Giants bounce back. I know they look bad, but I got to take the Giants minus 4.5 after that embarrassment on Sunday night. Bryce.
Yeah, I'm going Giants. They should be bumping Big Sean's song "Bounce Back," like you just said. Give me Giants.
Josh.
All right, I'm going with the Giants as well. I think this may be the two worst teams right now in the NFL, but I think the Giants cover the spread and Clay went with the Cards.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if the Giants. I know they look bad, but I mean they did look pretty bad. I don't know what to say. I just can't believe they're that bad. I just can't believe it. Can't believe it. I thought Giants were gonna be a lot better this year. Next game, let's go. Jets at the Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 8.5. Bleed it off here. I don't believe in Zach Wilson. I hate the Cowboys, but I know they have a big. They won by a lot last week, but they're winning. I think they're winning this game more than 8 points. I don't think the Jets are going to be able to score. It could be a low score game, but I'm taking the Cowboys minus 8.5. Bryce, you all right?
Yeah, I'm just making sure. All right, Jets and Cowboys. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Ain't nothing big in Texas. It just sucks. Give me the Jets. Give me the Cougar Hunter. He's out there fighting for his life. Zach Wilson, Jets.
Jets plus 8.5. Josh.
Hey, man. I really want to take the Jets here because I think their defense can keep them in this game. I really like their defensive front. I think they could shut down the run. And man, I really want to go with the Jets, but not so fast, my friend. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys minus 8.5, and that is what Clay is taking as well.
All right, next game. Let's go to the Commanders at the Broncos. Broncos favored by 3.5. Somebody, Josh, lead it off.
Yep, it's in Denver. That's why I'm going to go with the Broncos to cover the spread here. I'm picking the Broncos.
Bryson.
Let's ride, baby.
I know Clay's probably taking the Commanders here. I'll roll with you guys because I think the Commanders are not that great. I like Sam Howell, but I don't think the Broncos are good either. But I got to go with the Broncos here minus 3.5. Who'd Clay take? Commanders, right?
Yep.
Okay. No best. Next game, let's go Sunday Night Football. Let's go Dolphins coming after a big win against the Chargers. High-score game there against the Patriots, at the Patriots in Foxborough, I believe. Then favored by 2.5.
Come on. You all right?
Bryson, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Dolphins. I mean, Tua and, Cheetah had a great game. I could see them, having another great game. I honestly, I think what Tyreek said, break the 2,000 yards, whatever. I think he can do it this season. So give me the Dolphins.
Josh.
Yep, I'm going with the Dolphins too. Minus 2.5. I don't think the spread's large enough, really.
Yeah, close game. I'm taking the Dolphins as well. I think Waddle. Let's say Waddle has the big game this week. Waddle has more fantasy points than Tyreek, and he has over 100 yards at least. A touchdown.
Well, he was limited in practice today with an oblique.
All right.
But
all right.
Listen,
Apologize.
Hold on. He had that same issue last week. and it didn't hinder them none. I think they
No,
just
they
held him
didn't.
out of practice to kind of let it rest.
Yeah.
I think
I
he'll be
don't-
full participation tomorrow at
Hey,
practice.
this game is in Foxborough though, and they play the. I mean, I know Mac Jones. He made some few mistakes, and they didn't get the feet. The rookie from LSU didn't get his feet down or whatever against the Eagles, but they put up a fight against the Eagles. They really did. They didn't look that
They
bad.
did. They did, and I think that's why the line is where it's at. It's definitely a good game for an Alabama fan to watch, for Mac Jones and Tua going
It's
at
in
it.
Foxborough. Do not be surprised if the Patriots win this game. I would not be surprised at all if the Patriots win. Who'd Clay take?
He went with the Dolphins, and that's his lock. That's his lock of the week.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. We ain't never gonna win a lock of the week in the NFL. Phew. We'll take it. We'll take it. That's a low spreads. Better than the freaking Bears.
We're 2-2 right now. So
yeah. All right. What was I saying? All right, yeah. We all spin sweep there. Let's go Monday night. The Monday night games. We're back to the two Monday night games. Doubleheader.
Oh my God.
Hey,
what time do they start?
So I think one starts at normal time and one starts an hour after. So they're going to be playing at the same time.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I might have to pull two TVs in here.
7:15. Browns and Steelers play at 8:15.
Yeah, so I don't know what the other state, I don't know what it's on, but no, two Monday, and I think this is going to be for a few games, Josh. I think it's going to be a few weeks. I don't think this is just one thing.
Well, I mean, if they start them both at about 7 or 8 o'clock, that's fine. I don't need one starting at 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Oh, no. But I'm saying this is going to happen for a few weeks. This ain't going to be the only week when they do Monday night. I'm pretty sure they're doing this for a few weeks in a row. Let's go to the first game. Let's go Saints at the Panthers. Saints -3.5. I know the Saints didn't, they weren't great, but I think the Panthers absolutely suck. I think the defense is good for the Saints. I think Saints put up good here. This is one of the games in contention for lock of the week for me. I'm taking the Saints -3.5 over the Panthers. Bryce?
I'm going Saints.
Josh?
I'm going to go against the grain here. I'm going to go with the Panthers. Hey, I went with the Panthers, and Clay went with the Saints. So I'm the only one that picked the Panthers here.
All right. Let's go to the final Monday night game, final game of the week. Browns at the Steelers. Browns favored by 2.5. Josh?
Yeah, man, I'm going to go with the Browns. Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper. The Steelers really didn't look too good to me. Najee Harris didn't look that great. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns. I know it's in Pittsburgh, but I think the Browns cover.
Bryson?
Yeah, give me the Browns. Had a great game last week. Browns.
Yeah, if this was 3.5, I'd probably take the Steelers here. I think this is going to be a tight game. They're coming off an embarrassing loss. The Steelers are, and Browns coming off a huge win. And Steelers are playing at home, but 2.5. Don't be surprised. Steelers win this game. NFL, you see a lot of different stuff, but I'm going to take the Browns -2.5 as well. Who'd Clay get?
I went with the Browns.
All right, locks of the week. Does anybody got a lock?
Yep, I got the Lions -5.5.
-5.5 over the Seahawks. Did Clay take a lock? Or he took
the Dolphins.
All right, I'm between two. And I know Josh is going to hate one of them, but between the Cowboys -8.5 or the Saints -3.5, I'm going to stick, as much as I want to go with the Cowboys, I hate the Cowboys. I think the Saints will go beat down the Panthers on Monday night. I'm taking the Saints -3.5 over the Panthers. Because that's just not enough. Not the Cowboys game was too many points. Bryce, any game you like?
I got two. I can't decide.
Well, let's decide.
I'm going with the
Go ahead and pick your boy.
You know what? Give me the Colts.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Give me the Colts.
Colts -1.5. So what we got?
I mean, that's pretty much a pick'em game right there, so that's good.
Yeah, Colts, Colts, I don't think the Colts are great, but that's not a bad game. I mean, they're playing the Texans, even though they're playing at home. So we got the Colts -1.5, Saints -3.5 over the Panthers. Josh, you got the
Lions
-5.5 over the Eagles. Clay's got the
Dolphins.
Dolphins -2.5 over the Patriots. I think there's a chance here. There's a chance to go 4-0. We'll see. But yeah, good week of football.
Damn.
Good week of NFL. Looking for another big week. Hopefully another big week of fantasy. Our first week doing our the fastest 2 minutes of fantasy football. Excited about that.
That was awesome.
Excited to keep doing that. But yeah, looking forward to next week. We're going to try to start doing this, both live on Wednesday nights. We'll see.
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah, because doing them one night a week, it makes it better for everybody else. But and it was a lot better for me if we could get out of here on a good time. But yeah, appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you check out the college podcast. You can rewatch it on YouTube or check it out on Spotify. We did have a few more downloads last week, so that's good. Spotify, Apple Podcast. It's the C&BSports weekly matchup on those. And also check out Josh's cat. Check out the NFL podcast, same spot, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, C&BSports YouTube, and college or the C&BSports weekly matchup. We'll be at the Georgia-South Carolina game this week in Athens with the new T-shirts. But yeah, appreciate everybody watching. Hope everyone has a good week of NFL, a good week of fantasy, and peace.
Peace.
Thanks, everybody, the 2 people that are watching live. Appreciate it,
All
Clay,
right.
who everybody else, Graham, whoever else is watching. We're going to hop off the stream.
Tell them, Josh.
Peace out.
Peace.
Roll Tide. Hook 'em horns.